Hi friends, how is everybody today? We have a snowy ice day here, so we will be going live from different locations. And I'm sorry, my cat is very excited on here. And our special guests today. All right, the invitations are sent. Today, Syd and Sonya live at Syd 50, done at my house, Bradley's car. Bob, are you at the gym?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you
Good,
guys?
good.
Just waiting for Syd to hop on here with us.
Okay.
It's great to see you guys.
I was at the gym the other night. I didn't see you there.
I'm hardly there in the evenings anymore now. Yeah, I do the 9 to 5, but I'm there on Tuesday nights.
Are you? I don't know
I
when we'll be back. We had the girls up there sparring a little bit.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. The boys got it working.
I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, you have to let me know next time you guys are planning to come down. Me and the kids will make our way there.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently Syd is unable to join for some reason.
Oh, yeah?
Might just be us.
Okay, you're the boss.
Running the show now.
Now, yeah, we've been left to our own devices. I don't know if this is a good thing or not.
Yeah.
So, what is new? What is exciting?
Bradley?
Nothing much. Just kind of waiting to finalize a couple things of when I'll be fighting next. But other than that, just training, work, and the baby.
Yes, and how old is you have a little girl as well, correct?
Yes. She is 16 months. I might be wrong, but 16 months, I think.
Oh my goodness, that's so cute. They're so adorable and like squishy and fun and filled with giggles and no attitude at that age.
Mine has a little bit of attitude. Ask Grandpa.
Like her dad.
I see. Oh, that's good. My daughter is she's upstairs right now harassing her big brother, which I hear you guys get too.
Yep. There were 5 of us, so it was never quiet, that's for sure.
No. And how is, I know you have the 10 pro fights, 10 wins right now in the pro circuit, 5 of those coming by way of knockout for you on your record right now. Is there anybody in particular that you would like to, have a few rounds with in the ring?
Not really. Of course, there's always a couple, but like to stay humble, and if the opportunities come our way, we'll jump on it. But no, not really. Just kind of worried about myself right now. I had a pretty big layoff for 3 years and had the baby. Well, everybody kind of did with COVID. Yeah. So now it's just about getting back to routine, and then once that happens, then hopefully something comes online.
Good stuff. And Bob, what's it like having all those boys that you have to keep in line? Wait, which one is the most trouble? That's what I really want to know.
Jesse.
Show you him? He's in him right now. Want me to show you who it
is? Is it Jesse? I could totally see it being Jesse.
That'll probably be Spencer then.
Hold on. Spencer, get over here. What's Brad?
Hello, how's it going, man?
Coach?
No.
I hear that you're the most trouble out of all the siblings.
My mom.
Dad?
Nice seeing you. Yeah, no, they're all good. They're all good. I got no problem. We've been blessed. I mean, I think me and my wife's been very lucky, and I contribute a lot of that to the sport that we're in. The boys all took to it with really no force. One started, Stevie started, and the rest just followed. And I think because of it, they've lived clean and good people. They like to help people. People like them, like to be around them. It's a good thing,
It's true. I must say, when I first started working in the world of boxing, every single one of you was extremely welcoming, kind, supportive, and everything like that. So, I mean, You guys are, the Fighting Wilcox family, well known, especially in the Ontario area, and it's lovely to see you guys like all active and all now kind of running that pro circuit. I'm curious as to if your daughter or Bradley, your sister, if she has ever wanted to get in the ring.
Actually, I think it was probably 4 or 5 years ago. She was scheduled. She actually did sign up to fight in the Brampton Cup, but there was nobody in her weight class. Her and her friend did it, and then after that, she kind of said no, and we have no problem with that. Of course, we'd never say no to her if she wanted the box, but the fact that she didn't want to, that's okay.
Yeah,
I'm sure she's seen enough to know how to fight. And then as for my daughter, I don't know if I really want her to fight, but if she wants to, then gotta kind of let her.
yeah.
Never hold her back.
It's my son is he's definitely like the lover, not a fighter, but he loves being in the gym. He loves going to class. He loves learning everything. But I highly doubt he's going to be the one to step in. My daughter, on the other hand, Syd could vouch for it if he was able to join us on the live. I'm not sure why it's not letting him join us, but he can vouch. Ariel calls him on like every time she sees him. Yeah. She's got her fight face. She's got her like standing at the weigh-ins face, ready to go to intimidate anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody, it's going to be her.
It's good.
I think it's good all the way around for them, whether they ever fight or not, just being in the gym. I think they're called boxing clubs for a reason. They're not called fight clubs. And I say to the kids, a club is a place that you join to be around good people. Of course, your hobby. But you're failing in math, there's got to be some club that's good at math. If you're having trouble with a bully at school, there's got to be somebody you can talk to in your club and that's kind of the way we run it. As as Syd does too. I know he's more like that too. He was a great fighter. He knows what fighting's all about, but he doesn't want his boxing club to be just about fighting. He wants it to be a group, a family.
And that's it, right? And it truly becomes one because, you become friends with your members, and everyone's so supportive of each other. And it's really weird because it is a sport where you are so kind of on your own, but in the same hand, you have such a massive team and support group with you. So it's really kind of a niche thing to have.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. So other question for you guys, will I be seeing you this Saturday at the United Fights? Are you guys all coming down?
I'm not. Actually, I don't think that we're going to be making it out there. Just we usually like to go and kind of show our support. But after our last fight, we were supposed to go to Blackburn Brewery and kind of have like a post-fight. They were the big sponsors for the event. We were supposed to have a big post-fight viewing of the fights and stuff like that. And due to the weather in December, of course, it was during the snowstorm, so we had to reschedule it. So now we're just having like a little Steel Town night out at the Blackburn Brewery.
That's awesome. That'll be such a good night.
Yes.
Yeah, they're re-showing on the show. Or sorry, every show. And they got a great setup. They got like a nice food. They got a brewery, but it's beautiful. And take all this,
Oh, that's awesome. That'll be such a good night for you guys. That'll be so much fun.
Yeah, but I'm definitely going to try and make it home, and I think it's on DAZN, right?
Yeah, we'll definitely be watching it on someone's phone or on something.
Yeah.
Okay, so then while we're here, because Jesse's fight, I cannot remember the gentleman who he fought, his name at the moment, because I'm really, really bad with names. But that was a fight of fights.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want your guys' like feedback. Come on, tell me what you got. How did you guys feel about it? How did Jesse feel about it? I mean, my daughter was screaming her little face off, cheering him on. She was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah.
It was the best first fight she could have ever watched. Was watching all you guys that night.
I think if you viewed the fight, and I think a lot of the coaches will say, Jesse kind of fell into after the 5th and 6th round. You'll see him slow down and he just kind of standing there and fighting to fight. Where the first 4 or 5 rounds, he was on you know, he was on his game. He was jabbing, cranking the guy. But the kid came to win. He didn't come to lose. His name was Alvin.
No.
I don't know his first name, but he was strong. He was in shape. And not to make excuses, but we had quite an issue with Jesse a couple of weeks before that. He was Stevie Molitor and RG, his coach.
Yeah.
And he got really sick. And we were going to pull, honestly. But that little bugger, he kept telling us that he's good, and he was out doing his runs, and he would go to Steve to do pads, and Steve would say, you know what, Mr. Wilcox, he's okay, man. He's in shape. And he would go to RG, and RG would say, you know, because he did spar, and hey, how you doing? And he did spar, and RG says he sparred, but he ran to the bathroom right afterwards, like this is after. So what I honestly think, after fifth or sixth round, a little set in, and then whatever he had kind of reared its ugly head because he was surviving. You know.
Yeah, he did really well. Like, I was very impressed with the fact that, like, you could see there was one or two shots that you could really see just kind of like gave him that jolt where he needed a second to regain, you know, focus on everything. And I was very impressed because I know it's been a few years since he was in the ring as well before that fight.
Yeah.
What's up, Syd?
Just enjoying life in Canada, you know. The weather's amazing. We got two legends up in here. I listen, man. So appreciate you guys coming on and being here. You guys got so much going on. What an amazing journey. I mean, for all the brothers, the family. Yeah, I'm just excited to chat and catch up.
Yeah.
So we were just talking about Jesse's fight in the Band of Brothers where he had the draw.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were talking Bradley is waiting for some finalizations on some things for another fight for him. And Bob had said that Spencer, we got to say hi to Spencer really quickly, but we established that today he is the one who is the biggest handful. But just today, because it rotates.
Troublemaker, yeah.
Nice.
There's some stories about him we can't even say on camera.
No.
Oh, I'm going to have to come down just to hear the stories then, for sure.
Yeah, and he'll just laugh and do it anyway.
Nice. I'd like to know, like, what do you guys love about Hamilton? Like, I just know, like, that is like your home. Like, I noticed that you've always kind of stuck to that. I don't see you in Toronto so much or London, like it's Hamilton. What do you love about Hamilton?
Just proud Hamiltonian, like born and raised here. We kind of seen it all, especially with the boxing. Like, my dad opened up his first gym, more like downtown Wentworth, so it was in like the rougher neighborhood, and then we started moving around. So we've seen the good and the bad of Hamilton, and I like to call it like the mini Toronto. Like, I don't like going to Toronto because of traffic, and we kind of have everything they have, but just smaller, obviously.
Yeah. There's something about again, the steel town, right? Like, there's a grit, and I see that in each one of the fighters, like that grit, that whole, you know what, like, if we get down, we can pull it out. Are you a fan of, like, the Ticats too? Are you like that Hamiltonian to the core? Or?
Yeah, I've been a season ticket holder for the last 10 years.
Oh, yeah?
Actually, my last fight that I had in Hamilton, Brandon Banks was supposed to come out with me. He was going to enter, and then he actually broke his collarbone on the Thursday, and the fights were on the Saturday, so that kind of sucked. So obviously, maybe when we start coming back towards Hamilton, we'll get in contact with them about coming to the show.
Yeah.
I know the next show I'm going to try to get them to come out too, but we're just kind of finalizing that all now.
Nice. Your favorite head coach for the Ticats?
Well, to be honest, I want whatever coach gets us to the Grey Cup, and that hasn't happened in a long time. So, obviously, when a team gets, I don't know what, we've been there 5 times and haven't pulled off the win. So as of now, I'm not a big coach fan. Everybody always blames the coach, right, for the decisions they make.
Brad,
Well,
let me tell you, I remember one fight.
Oh God, here we go.
I'm like,
let's
Brad,
hear.
this is an easy fight, but what was the kid's name, Brad? It was one of Ajaz Khan's boys. And I said to him, they need support for the show, Brad. He was young, 15 or something. And he took the fight, but he wasn't in good shape. And the kid came to win. Brad had his hand full. After he pulled the win off, but after the fight, he looked at me. He says, "You made me take that fight, and I wasn't ready. You did it on purpose."
Oh my gosh, nice. Brad, what has been the biggest thing you've learned in terms of the transition, going from amateur to pro? What's been the biggest thing you've learned so far?
The politics don't change, but no. What I've learned, obviously, that it's more of a business, and it's having to pace yourself. Where in the amateur, you only got 3-minute rounds, so it's kind of like you got to go whether you want to or not, whether you're hurt or you are. Like, there's no time off. And to be honest, I think I've only done one 8-rounder, like full 8-rounder. No, I've done 2, and it's more the pace. Other than that, the pace, it's just having to be more relaxed and kind of letting it come. And to be honest, it's more like a chess match. I feel like when you're in the amateur boxing, someone who's not as good as you, as long as they come and throw punches for three rounds, you know firsthand that it depends how the judges are judging. But at least if you have 8 rounds and stuff like that, you can kind of break the guy down, you can figure the guy out, and you can usually set stuff up that you've worked on.
Yeah. And do you like that? Do you like that slower pace a lot more, or do you like the faster pace?
No, it depends. It depends. Obviously, like at the time, you're like, oh God, this is like I'm tired. But then when you're done, it's more rewarding when it's a faster pace.
Yeah.
And
well, because you have the 5 knockouts, right, on your record there. So, I mean, do you go looking for the knockout, or do you want to pace it out and get all the rounds and win by unanimous decision? Like, what is your preferred if you...
It's kind of like anything. Anybody would probably say the same thing, is the faster you get in, the faster you get in, the faster you get out, the faster you get your money. So that's kind of I know my brothers are probably smiling because they said that, because they always say I'm about the money, but at the end of the day, if I can make the same amount of money in 2 rounds versus 10 rounds and come out, my big thing is coming out without bruises. If you can go for 2 rounds and you get cut or something, then to me that's not really like a big win. But if you can go a full 8 rounds and like you kind of look at yourself in the mirror and you're not like, oh, what happened? Then you're kind of good.
Nice. Now, since we got your dad here as well with you, my dad was my first coach as well. And I mean, there's just things that they always say that they instill in you. And they're like things that just keep on ringing in your head. Like my dad would say, listen, if it's not worth doing well, then just don't do it at all. All right. Give me 2 of your dad's sayings that just like that you just pounded into your head, like just.
Mine's more or less because I'm pretty strong. So like my dad's always telling me, Brad, you gotta believe in yourself. You gotta just let that right hand go. So like my dad's always like implemented that in me, like believe in yourself, throw the right hand. So that's something that he's always pushed. And then and lately we're just trying to like calm down on the feet. So he's always trying to like get me the more relaxed on my feet. Yeah. So probably right now it's those 2 that he's really trying to like put in my head, and notice that like when I do sit down, I do have a lot more pop, and
it's good. Probably some of the amateur stuff that had you kind of moving around a little bit more now.
Yeah,
you can set down a little bit more and enjoy the power, because again, obviously what he's saying is you've got it, so why not use it? So yeah, man, I look forward to seeing that come out.
Yeah, Yeah, like I was in the amateurs for so long that we went through all the different point schemes that were always changing. It went from
Yeah.
clickers to computers to 10-9 scoring. That like so we were kind of always like you're always having to adjust to whatever was working, but now kind of adjusting to the pros, and it's more of the hurt game now.
Yeah. Nice. Good. And then so Bob, like in terms of, we talk about the business of boxing and boxing, how much do you like to have your sons involved in the business? Or like how much do you try and shelter them? Or do you like, you're like, no, like this is your journey. You need to be involved in this. You need to understand this. How much like do you kind of guide that and let them, shelter them or involve them?
Oh, I think when it comes closer to fight time, to make the decision of, do you want to fight on this show, and here's the purse, and what do you think? Okay, fine.
Mm-hmm.
That decision, then they don't really need to do no more about that. Let's pick the opponent, and let's. We got gifted. I'm gonna say probably Steven was probably 16 or 17 years old. He's 32 now, and I don't know how, but we hooked up with Mark Irwin, who everybody knows. We became very close. Mark has helped us any way he can as far as the business aspect, because I knew that I'm not the businessman that you should be as far as boxing goes. I don't know everything about it, especially back then. So he's been with us ever since. And as soon as we make that decision, we make it as a team, and then we kind of let him roll with it. And he fills us in daily. Guys, here's what's going on. Here's what I know. Here's the changes that we got to make in this. Like Spencer's with Probellum, and he headlined that. We didn't do that. That was all Mark. He worked on that for months, and then he didn't say much to us. He just said, "Guys, I got it done. Here you go. Look at this contract. They want you." We did it, and that was it.
Yeah.
Same as Brad. Okay, we know everybody's a little bit different. Brad's he's an engineer for the city of Hamilton. He loves boxing. He's a great athlete, but can he leave for a month and go down to Vegas, or 6 weeks and get that? So we say to Mark, look, we want on this show, but we can't take a guy that's number 80 in the world. Not that we don't want it, but we have to do it a little differently, where now with Jesse, we're all under the agreement. He needs a couple more, and as you know, Sid, you got to step up.
Yeah.
You don't have to go small, right? And he's ready. He's there. He's ready, right? So I like to help with the coaching, and me and Mark, and then I just kind of get it to the boys.
Nice. And you just said something. So Bradley, you're an engineer.
Yeah, I graduated from civil engineer, but I'm a roads technical inspector for the city of Hamilton.
All right, so now it all makes sense. Oh yeah, you're a businessman.
Oh yeah.
I get it. He's like,
and Sid, he's the only one that'll say, let me see what you guys are doing for my fight. He's the only one that wants to know. The other guys don't care. Can't even sit them down and talk to them. They're gone. Him, plug.
Love it.
Oh, coming. Okay, well, as soon as it gets there, let me have a look at it.
Yeah. No, very good. You need both. I mean, you this is what happens in the ring, and sometimes a lot of what happens in the ring is affected by what happens outside the ring, the negotiations, you know how it goes. Like you can have a promoter that's unfavorable to you and just sets you up to, not be successful. So it's very important to make sure that both ends are covered. Absolutely. That makes a good team.
Yes. And you would know the guy, Michael Schmidt, Sid.
I know Michael Schmidt very well.
He worked with us when Steve was first turn pro. And I knew nothing about the pros. And we were at, I believe it was Fitz's show, and he kind of tugged on my shirt, and he says, "What are you planning on doing with that kid after his amateur career?" We got talking. I never knew him. And Mike taught us a lot also. Like Mike always said, he said to me, he says, "Robert," he says, "I'll tell you right now, the manager should have the last say for the fighter." He says, "Never let anybody, including yourself, take that position away from you."
Mm-hmm.
And I think
So I was 19 years old, and I wanted to go where my idol Marvin Hagler was. So I went to Brockton, Massachusetts, with the Petronelli brothers. And after I went there, they asked me to come back to sign a contract, and I brought Michael Schmidt with me, and he was taking pictures and whatever, and he looked over the contract, and yeah, he was the one that helped me sign my very first pro contract. And I'll never forget, one thing I tell young fighters too is that day. So they asked Goody Petronelli, what are the three things a fighter needs to be successful? He says, you need the three C's. You need coaching, you need cash, and you need connections. You have all three of those, you're going to be good. He goes, I'll be your coach. I've got the connections over there. And you see the guy in the corner there? He's your new manager. He's your cash. And that's how I started my career. Right?
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, the good old days.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, Mike told me that story.
Yeah, right. He was, and that's it. That's how it went down. We went Brockton, Massachusetts. So good. Bradley, is there any venue, any boxing venue that you really want to fight at, like in the future?
To be honest, I'm not sure if everybody knows, but that last show in Brantford was between like me, my brothers, and Mark Irwin,
Yes.
Classic Boxing Company.
Yeah.
So, and obviously it kind of took off, and I have a lot of people asking when we're going to do it again. So, obviously being a proud Hamiltonian growing up, and I'm always going to call it Cops Coliseum, but I know one day we will be fighting at Cops Coliseum, or we'll be fighting out. If they're allowed, I'd be interested in putting on a show at the Tim Hortons Field in like outdoor.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That'd be pretty. I think that'd be pretty cool, and those are my goals. And for everybody who knows me, when I set goals, I get them.
Nice, nice. Good. I will be there for those. Yeah. Those would be that'd be good. That would be awesome. Nice. Okay, good. Sonya, do we have any questions? Anything on there that we need to?
We don't. We did have, there's no questions. We've had some raising of the hands. Whoop, whoop, raise the roof. Your sister did join us for a little bit there. I'm not sure if she's still live with us right now. But that's it. Just a lot of, we had a laughing comment. Somebody laughed at something that was said a little while back. But other than that, just raising the roof,
Nice, nice. In terms of your training right now, so what do you got going on in terms of your training, your preparation?
So right now, obviously, Sid, you probably know, with kind of just waiting around, see what's actually going to happen. I know for sure we'll probably be fighting Brantford May 6th at the Civic Center again. So that date's locked in probably. And so the training is going to start picking up for that. But we're not sure if we're going to get something before then. We're just kind of waiting for stuff to get finalized. And other than that, we're just trying to pick it up, and we'll go from there.
I will see you at that fight. I will also be there on May 6th. I'm actually bringing Aaron along with me.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sorry, Sid.
It's okay. And then for Bob, for the sparring, how much sparring do you like to see your fighters do? A lot of sparring, because some people live and die in the sparring, need lots of rounds. There are some fighters like Rigondeaux who are legendary for not sparring at all. But I always like to know, what's your take on that sparring?
And you're right, I agree. And Spencer's a sparring hog. He can't get enough, even though you tell him take it easy. If somebody calls,
yeah.
Stephen was always like that. Jesse can work with 10-year-old girl. I like to see at least 2 days a week competitive. Competitive sparring. We're lucky enough to have some good amateurs in the gym and good friends around that we usually pull it off. The problem with Brad, and it's not a problem because he gets his work in the gym, but he's got a busy lifestyle, so it's hard to say, okay, well, we're starting now. We're starting to reach out, and we're going to start this month, because we are definitely fighting in May. We're supposed to be fighting in March. So I've just started setting up for him, but it'll be 2 days. I like to see 2 days a week. I like to see technical sparring 2 days a week, where you're just working as a group, like partners, right? and then you got your basic hand pads and stuff. But I think it's the more you can put a body in front of you with you, and you can try in different things, and the coach is critiquing them as you're going and telling you to stop. You did this, you did that. I think it's better than a lot of things you can do with pads and that. That's, you know.
No, that's good. That's good.
So I do
Nice.
have a question now, actually, really quickly. I have Abdul Judah. He would like to know, hey, Brad, what do you miss most about amateur boxing?
Well, obviously, like my dad running, like me and my family still running Steel Town. We still have amateurs. So my biggest thing is the tournaments. I used to love going to the tournaments, the adrenaline, everybody always says I'm serious, just like not really caring what's going on, being a team. I really used to like bring the Xbox with like you weight cut, you go fight, you win, and you go cut weight, you go play Xbox with your brothers and stuff like that. Like I really, that's one thing that I do miss. I actually it's funny because when we had the show in Brantford, my little brother, and of course we didn't get to do it because it's not 4 days long. He actually said, "Oh, Brad, this is the first time we've roomed since the amateurs, since I went to his nationals." He's like, "I'm gonna bring the Xbox so we can play," and then we actually didn't end up playing at all because there's a lot more stuff you have to get done, like obviously like paperwork and all that, and it's not 4 days long. So I do really miss like the tournament part of it, just the being a group, wearing the same outfit, and
yeah, the camaraderie, definitely.
Syd,
Mm-hmm.
I think now is a really great time to invite the Wilcox family to Team Destiny Fight Night.
Let's do it.
I think it's, guys, we would love to have you join us for Team Destiny Fight Night. It will be held at Bingaman's in Kitchener on April the 8th.
Okay.
And we would love it if you guys could join us.
do you have anything April 8th?
Yeah, and they could bring some fighters.
Right?
Let's get some other fighters on.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's get some of you guys in the card.
Yeah, for sure. We'll reach out. Yeah, we'll make that happen.
Or we'll send you a list.
Yeah.
Get us Brad will bring the Xbox. And
Exactly. It'll be a good time.
Yep.
Nice.
Nice. But Bradley, I could bring original PlayStation, and we could play some ghetto Wu-Tang.
No,
because I have that for original PlayStation, and I mean that's pretty epic, like fighting on a screen.
Xbox 360.
Oh, you're too young.
All right, are we ready for our rapid fire?
You know what I was really excited for that I thought we could do the last time that we got snowed in. I thought we could do rock, paper, scissors because it works out really well.
Though. I'm undefeated.
Well, I thought I could take on Bob and you could take on Bradley. I don't know if you guys are the same layout on my screen, but I have Bob next to me.
Okay.
And I see Brad and yeah, right. So I was like, we could rock, paper, scissors it, and then winner takes all.
All right. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then shoot. Yeah. And it's just rock, paper, scissors. No dynamite, right?
Okay, no.
Yeah, no dynamite, no beer fire.
Okay.
No, we're
paper,
too old
scissors.
for that, guys. Bradley's the only one who probably knows all the other weird hand things.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So
right.
Bob, do you want to go first with me?
Okay, ready?
All right, ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yeah, so Sonya, you were at a disadvantage because you were not looking to his eyes. So that's you don't know how to, you know what I mean? Now,
I'm feeling already.
Me and my man Bradley here.
Yeah.
Let me see. Hang on. So he went to engineering school. Oh, I know what he's going to choose. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Oh,
it's
what
hard.
draw. Okay, wait, but we can have rematches here, so you guys are going to have to go again until we have a winner.
Okay,
Bradley,
we'll go one more time.
Let him win.
One more time. Ready?
You can't let him win.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Bob, can you beat Syd? Because so far nobody has beaten Syd in rock, paper, scissors, man. We need to crush him a little.
He's old.
Nice. So my rapid fire question for Bob. I'll give Bob my question. If there is there an amateur fighter that you don't currently train that you would have wanted to or would have wanted to train as a professional? Like, is there an amateur fighter like that kid right there? I would love to mold them for a pro. Is there a fighter as an amateur?
Yeah, I always loved Arthur. Yours, Lenoff.
Oh yeah.
To the Nationals. The night
Choice.
I ever want to meet. Kept to himself. Very thorough. Work ethic like I've never before. Always, and still is.
Yeah.
You know, had breakfast with him in Montreal. Went over the old time up on the 401 one towards Quebec. Met me on the highway, and that's got to the Nationals. And we were in Montreal last year. He played Spencer. Had breakfast together. We just go up there and spar up down, Arthur. I always work ethic.
Yeah, good choice. Definitely.
All right.
Here's the pedigree.
I'll give mine to Bradley then. Bradley, any trainer in the history of time, if it wasn't your dad coaching you, what coach, anybody through the history of time, would you want in your corner on fight night?
I know it's gonna sound cheesy, but I've never really looked past anything past like my brothers or my dad. Like I've always said, like they would, like till this day, like my dad said, I have a hard time. Like I can't just up and go because my career and stuff like that. So I've always said, like, Dad, I know I can be something with just kind of what we got, and that's kind of why we've always stuck with it. Like I got my dad, I got my brothers, and nobody's gonna give me more shit than my brothers, really. So you always have some coaches are always really hesitant with like telling them what to do, and because they think that they're gonna leave them, but I can't leave my brothers no matter what. They're always gonna be there.
It's good.
I like that.
Good. That's good. Sonya, ask me that question.
Syd, if you could have any coach in the history of time in your corner when you are, I'm going to change it for you. Okay. I like to give you a hard time. You know, I can't give you a hard time today. I don't even get the chance to try and punch you today. So I'm going to make it like, Sonya type question. Okay. Back in time. Syd is a young buck. He's going into the court. He's walking out to the ring. He's about to fight Bernard Hopkins. What coach do you want in your corner for that fight?
It's going to be the same coach that I was thinking before. I'm going to go with Teddy Atlas because he tells you stories between rounds, and I just find his stories amusing. You're a fireman. You're a fireman. You put out fires. This is what we do. We put out fire. Like Teddy Atlas. I want to hear the stories.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's awesome. Good. Listen, Bradley and Bob, thank you guys so much for taking some time to join us. Just looking forward to watching, Bradley, your career, and the way you're navigating it. Amazing. Bob, listen, doing such a great job with what you're doing with boxing in Hamilton and just Ontario. I mean, so great to watch the events, the fighters, everything you're doing, amateur, pro. So just much continued success for both of you, and looking forward to hopefully catching up with you guys in Kitchener at some point.
Yeah, well,
All right, thank you.
thanks for sure. And of course, we're back at the gym for sparring. Thanks again for helping out. That's great. And hope to see you guys 6 in Brantford.
Awesome.
Yeah. And Syd, I think that next time that they come down to the center to do some sparring, I think we should let me know, and that maybe I should have some special one-on-one training to prepare me for this magical fight that you're trying to.
Yeah, that's going to happen in like 36 episodes or something like that. Yeah, definitely. We got to get you ready for that.
Apparently, if anyone wants to talk him out of 8 3-minute rounds that would be wonderful. I'd greatly appreciate it.
She'll be ready. She'll be ready. Awesome.
Syd, you did some rounds with Jesse when he was up there training with Steve, did you?
I may have done a few rounds, yes.
Body work, I said, but
yes, yeah. It was body work, yeah.
He was really wanted to tell that story as soon as he got home. then he looked up, I did a lot of research on you. He goes, man, he wasn't even trying. He said.
No, it was great working with them, and again, any of their boys are welcome here anytime. And I just love helping coach and develop the next champions, and they are that. So anything I can do to be of assistance, I'm here.
Thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much.
All right, good.
It was great
All right.
having you guys. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Okay, thank you a lot.
Bye.
All right. Have a great day,
All right,
everyone.
Sonya.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.